hello again, and welcome to another season of 1001 by 1, where each week we take a film out of the book, 1001 movies you must see before you die, discuss it, analyze it, and ultimately decide whether or not it should be in the book. My name is Adam St. John.
My name is Brett Reinhold Hobson.
And I am Joey Rogate. And tonight, we're kicking off this brand new season by talking about one of the best rom-coms of all time and one of the best teen movies ever. We're going to discuss which podcast clique we might belong to, anxiety-inducing house party parking, and figure out what went wrong after Camp Nowhere. But before we get there, follow us, 1001 by 1, on all socials. We're on everything. We're on Twitter for however long it exists, TikTok for however long it exists. Blue Sky seems to be around for a while. Instagram, I don't think that's going anywhere until Mark Zuckerberg does his next shenanigan. And then that might be in trouble. But hey, we're there. Follow us, comment, come along for the ride because we are there.
I also heard that Blue Sky is going to be launching a new platform that's supposed to be like the alternative to Instagram that's not owned by Mark Zuckerberg. So I was pretty excited about that because I love Blue Sky. It's a lovely little community. So much nicer than Twitter.
It is very nice, but I will say a little snark is okay. Like,
people just don't want people to get mean, I think, and I'm okay with that.
And it's fine, and it's lovely, and you post things on there, and people are usually like, wow, that's amazing, me too, and that's nice, but sometimes I want someone to be like, you moron, it's a bad take.
Well, Joey, I mean, we know that, here's the thing, though, 1001 is always so nice to you. Maybe 1001 needs to start telling you that you're a moron, and that's a bad take.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that the mechanics of that situation can do that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well,
yeah.
I do have the login, so maybe I'll go on and say that you're a moron.
You please, because I'm sitting in there, I'm giving myself hashtags really, really complimentary. You know what? It's fun. It's fun.
Amazing.
I think I called myself Film Stud on there like the other day.
It's my favorite thing.
It was like
it's my favorite.
Like I made some like very benign statement, and then 1001 was like, "Oh, look at this Film Stud." I was like,
I think I screenshot it and sent it to the group text, or I just said hashtag Film Stud to the group text because it was so funny.
And Adam was like, "What does this mean?"
Or he thumbs it up.
He thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Good job, team. Yeah.
Adam giving his like every 12-hour thumbs up just to let us know he's alive.
Exactly.
He's like, yes, I own a phone.
I'm outside having to plow my driveway. You need that 12-hour thumbs up because I could just get lost out of the snow. Like that's real
true.
thing.
Oh God.
Storms coming through, so you might be in trouble. But anyway,
Seems miserable.
Anyway, before we get there, as always at this part, it's time for recommends. Adam, let's start with you because that's how my screen's telling me to start.
Perfection. So this movie in a good way threw me for a loop in terms of trying to find something to recommend, and then I did some searching on the feed way back when, and I was reminded that when Ian and I first started doing this, the first two movies that we recommended were Vampire's Kiss from me and Tag from Ian, and
with the Jeremy Renner.
The silly Tag movie that came out like 7 or 8 years ago or whatever that was. So I am going to start taking the recommends way less seriously. Like I
love
just,
that.
Like,
yeah,
it's just going to be something. And I got to tell you, so off mic, Britt, you were telling me about a high school related ish rom-com movie that you were watching. So I went down a different path, but similar. So I was looking at my movies and I was looking at shit from 1999. I was like, I want to watch something that seems dumb that I haven't seen before.
Perfect.
And it's very rare in my house that I will watch something that Melissa has seen that I have not. And so last Saturday night, we sat down, we split a bottle of wine, and we enjoyed the Sean Connery, Catherine Zeta-Jones led Entrapment.
Oh my God.
Wikipedia.
Is that with all
calls
the?
this
Is that
movie-
the lasers?
Yes, it's with the lasers. Yes.
Okay.
So basically, Sean Connery is like a world-renowned thief, and Catherine Zeta-Jones works for an insurance company until, and this isn't really a spoiler, but fake spoiler alert, you realize that she's like only working for the insurance company to start like prepping her own score, to which they start working together. It is a wildly stupid film. And there is one of the most egregious uses of ADR in this movie, and like it's worth watching the movie just for that. But like this was a bona fide hit on like what was it, like a $66 million budget. It made $212 million in
Wow.
1999. Like, it's fucking crazy. It
Wow.
really announced her. Sean Connery just, yeah, kind of just like paychecking his way through the movie. But like, I highly recommend it as a just kind of shut off your brain and remember how wonderfully stupid 1999 was. So, Entrapment, that is my recommend.
I love that.
I have not seen Entrapment for years, but maybe we'll put it on soon. Maybe that's like a tomorrow watch for us, honestly.
I've definitely never actually seen it more than just when like the MTV Movie Awards did something with the lasers that year. Like that's
I
my
mean, the laser scene
I mean,
is that
you
that was in all the trailers.
yeah.
you know how dated this movie is when one of my favorite character actors of all time, Will Patton, A, is in it, but B, plays a guy named Hector Cruz, which does imply some kind of, at least, like, if not South American, then like
Yeah.
Spanish
Yeah.
heritage. It's like it's I would call this movie wonderfully problematic in like the way where you're like,
Okay.
oh God,
Okay.
weren't we so naive in 1999?
It's like, oh,
Oh
you could
shit.
get away with a lot in 1999.
You
Yeah, 'cause
you
that is not
really
Will
could.
Patton. Will Patton has never been cast other than Bible Belt guys since. All right, Entrapment. I love
There
it.
you go.
All right, Britt, what about you?
So I have realized that high school films are really not my genre. Big surprise. I any of them that tend to revisit are so cringe and so hard to watch. But there is one that I will come back to time and time again that isn't 10 Things I Hate About You or Clueless. Um, it is Heathers. I
Okay.
love Heathers so much. And if you haven't seen Heathers, well, like it's a very dark, 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 dark comedy about how much high school sucks. It's really clever. The casting is perfect. It's very disturbing on multiple levels, not just the murder. There are like things happening in the background of scenes that you do not catch the first time around that you catch it the next time and you go, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I love it. Give it a shot if you want to watch something that's wildly disturbing, but also wildly funny at the same time. I love it. So I'm gonna go with Heather's.
Love it. That's awesome. Good
Great
movie.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they remade it into a show or something somewhat
A
recently, right?
musical.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
musical and it's fun. It's a fun musical. There was somebody who was listening to it recently and they were like, I have you guys heard this? And I was like, yeah, it's Heather's. And they're like, I don't understand. They're talking about a school shooting in this. And I was like, do you know what Heather's is about? Like there's murder, there's sexual assault, there's a lot in this. So a school shooting is kind of just par for the course in this movie, unfortunately. So if any of those
Yeah.
things are triggering, don't watch it. But it's funny. It's got a great opening.
It's a
But yeah,
great movie. All right. I also I kept in the teen, but I also kept 1999. And I went to West Canaan High for Varsity Blues because I fucking love Varsity Blues.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so MTV, you can't even believe it.
Yes, it's
It's
unbelievably
it
MTV.
stars Dawson, right? From
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek, James
Mhm.
Vanderbeek.
Yes, he plays Mox, Jonathan Mox.
Mox.
Yeah,
Oh, what a name.
Ali Larder's in there. Young Paul Walker limping
Yep.
around, just trying to get to Florida. He doesn't get to go.
Oh no, does he
Spoilers.
die?
No, but
No.
he gets injured. He's the starting QB and he gets injured, so that's James
Oh.
Vanderbeek has to step in. And he gets to deliver one of those "I don't want your laugh" to his dad.
Yeah.
It's great. Good stuff.
It's great. It's a great
Is
movie.
is QB quarterback?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. I was a high
You
school
got it.
cheerleader. I truly was, actually. And I used to have to
No,
ask
no,
my
no. I
dad
was
if we were on offense or defense.
Yeah, it was
it was more of the raw. Yeah.
I was
the
a
the
really bad raw, too. I
the
did it
super
so poorly.
apathetic raw was really that was funny. You're
I
like,
still have my
yeah,
uniform and everything. It's
go
in my parents'
team.
closet. They spent so much money on it. They were like, we're keeping this.
Joey, did you revisit Varsity Blues?
Obviously, for my quarterly
You gotta
watch.
remind me, is it they do Hero from Foo Fighters at
Oh
some
yeah,
point during the oh
that's like
god,
the
it's so
montage of the
good.
big game at the end.
Oh,
Doo, doo, doo,
fucking
doo, doo.
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's amazing, and they all come out. Because here's the thing: the movie is a crazy MTV psycho football, but it's also the football is shot amazingly. Like it's
It is.
really
Yeah.
well done. So it's you really get in there. So with Foo Fighters blasting, because it's a great soundtrack. It's a lot of fun.
I think the soundtracks from the 1999 had pretty good soundtracks. If we're gonna at some point get into the movie we're gonna talk about tonight, it also has a great soundtrack.
Yeah. Yes. So, all right. Great. Starting off the new season recommends. Adam giving us some Sean Connery, really staying in the teen genre with Entrapment. This is why I can't be on Blue Sky, because I say shit like that with a
I
smile on my
love it.
face.
Oh,
Britt,
but it
Heathers, and Joey, Varsity Blues. All right. But tonight, we're talking about one specific movie. It is 1999's 10 Things I Hate About You. A high school boy, Cameron, cannot date Bianca until her antisocial older sister, Kat, has a boyfriend. So Cameron pays a mysterious boy, Patrick, to charm Kat. I gotta say, the IMDb description of this was clearly written by somebody who heard about this movie through like 4 people. Like,
yeah.
it's really bad. But anyway, starring Heath Ledger in his first American movie, Julia Stiles, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Larissa Oleynik, David Krumholtz, Andrew Keegan. Now might be a cult leader, but I don't think we're allowed to say that. I think he sues you. Susan May Pratt, Gabrielle Union as one of the worst friends of the 90s, Larry Miller, Daryl Mitchell, Allison Janney, and David Leisure, directed by Gil Younger, written by Katie McCullough and Kirsten Smith. I can't imagine I missed anybody in that because I went way into it because I had to get to Allison Janney in the IMDb.
Yeah, I think you got
I
it.
think so. Did you say her friend Mandela?
I did. That's Susan May Pratt.
Perfect. Great. Who's also in Center Stage, one of my other favorites this time.
Perfect.
From 2001. Anyways,
All right.
continue on.
Is this movie in the IMDb top 250?
Guys, I want to say again, I'm proud of myself that I didn't look. I didn't look.
Ooh.
Good job.
Oh, and I'm okay. I mean, I'm gonna go with no, but I hate that I'm saying no.
I feel the same way. Like I don't think it's in the top 250 for IMDb, but I think it would be in my top 250 because of the nostalgia like I have for this film. So no on IMDb, but yes on my own personal one in my head.
So, upsettingly, it's a no.
IMDb, you suck.
Yeah, like, again, people who fucking, stop with whatever stupid shit you do and put what deserves on it, all right? You dorks, because that's a fucking botch job. Big botch job. I don't know what we're doing here. I was very upset. I knew it was going to be no, and I still looked at it, and then I looked through the entire list, and I was like, that's better, that's better, that's better. And the that's betters got real crazy as I got up the list, but I did it. And people, like, that should be a bit just because it would get people really mad. I was like, 12 Angry Men. Fuck out of here. I'm joking, but
You're going to take shots at 12 Angry Men?
I love 12 Angry Men.
I saw that in high school, like in one of my classes.
Really good. It's just, I love this. All right. It's a new season, so we have to ask, do we like lists?
Oh. This movie likes lists.
The movie loves lists. It's a movie predicated on lists. It doesn't have a title without a list.
Damn right.
Right.
It's so
a new
unfortunate.
season. Admit it. Just own it.
Did I make 2 lists for this current episode? Yes, of course I did. Did I enjoy it? No, I really don't like lists, so I don't. But you
Oh.
can continue. I'm not going to stop you.
One day you will accept your love of lists.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I refuse. I'm too stubborn.
But anyway, I was looking for a couple different things, but then Collider just 2 weeks ago put out a list of the 25 best movies you didn't realize are based on Shakespeare plays.
Oh.
So it's on Collider. I'm not going to go through all 25 because it's 25.
That's a lot.
That's 14 more than I chose to do. I'm starting at 11
Okay, fair.
because 11 is a movie I really like, Warm Bodies, and it's based off Romeo and Juliet. I love Warm Bodies. I don't know. I feel like for some reason that was on Comedy Central for just like a year straight, and I just watched it for like I just really like it. Like the random John Malkovich in there. Apparently, I like movies where Dave Franco gets killed really violently.
Well,
That's okay.
And I don't dislike him. I like him.
He's
But when he
fine.
dies, I like the movie. It elevates the movie.
he's good at playing a dick.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. But
So,
yeah. But okay. But yeah. So that's based off Romeo and Juliet. Anyone But You from 2023. I don't know this movie.
This is the Glenn Powell Sydney
Oh.
Sweeney movie.
yeah, I
Okay.
didn't watch it. I had
Okay,
no
yeah, I did not see that.
interest.
But that's Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very much a Benedict and Beatrice relationship. but
Yeah,
not
it
really.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9, Ex Machina, an actual great movie. The Tempest. Next, number 8 is Hater from 2014. Haider. Didn't know it. That's
No idea.
based off Hamlet.
Okay.
Oh, I have no idea what this is, but now I'm interested.
Number 7, She's the Man.
Yes.
Obviously,
Yes,
based off
very.
12th Night. Everybody
Night,
knows what
yep.
She's the Man is. We're not even going to pretend to not. Number 6 is My Own Private Idaho, which is
Yeah.
based off Henry IV, parts 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Ran, King Lear,
Yep.
obviously. The Bad Sleep Well from 1960, also Hamlet. This one actually looks cool, interesting. The probably too low 10 Things I Hate About You, what we're talking about, The Taming of the Shrew.
Yes. And what
Number
number is
2
that at?
Number 3,
It's 3? Oh, okay.
like completely appropriately, but I'm in that really like scutchy mood.
I don't know. It's pretty great. So
It's not pretty great. It's very great. Number 2, West Side Story, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
And then number 1, The Lion King, Hamlet.
Yeah, but it's also based on not Hamlet. And it's anyways, we don't need to get I love The Lion King, but it's another
Right.
stolen property. Like fair, but also I think 10 Things I Hate About You could have been in that number 1 spot personally. But
I agree. I did find a list of like best teen rom-coms, and this was number 1, but I was like,
amazing.
it's only so funny. And this was better because I think this
I
was
like
a better
that list.
because going through
For
the other stuff
a person who doesn't like lists, I liked that one enough.
because you love lists.
No, I don't.
Give us 10 reasons you don't like lists.
Absolutely not. Then I'd have to make that list of 10 reasons. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to put my energy into that. I'll put my energy into talking about how this movie basically was my personality when I was in high school. So, let's get into that.
Let's go, because here we are. We are in Washington. We are at the nicest, prettiest school in the history of the world. It's 10 Things I Hate About You. We're meeting Cameron. He's coming to school. He's meeting his very, very 1990s guidance counselor. Very. I mean, you don't get much more 90s than her, right?
She's I get that it was a different time in 1999, but the shit that
Not
she
that
says
different.
to the students, like, wow, she gets away with a lot.
It was not that different. It was different. But at some point there were lines, I think.
Same little asswipe ship for brains everywhere. I mean, she's just letting you know right away what she thinks.
I mean, legit though, like they are kind of asswipes, a lot of those kids in that school. So, and I've said before, we avoid walking on the main street when the teens get out of high school because Neil and I can't handle walking past them. So
It's like Step Brothers. You guys are scared of youths.
I've never seen Step Brothers, so I don't know. But we're not scared of youth. We just get annoyed because we're
Okay.
35 and have no children. So
Well,
our patience
yeah,
is low.
fair, fair. But anyway, 10 things I hate about you. And right off the start, I think this movie introduces everybody so smartly and smoothly. You know who everybody is, you know what they're about. And I like using Michael as the conduit to do it without it being overly annoying. Like it fits right in.
I think that the opening of this is amazing. My favorite scene was almost the scene where where Michael just brings him through the crowd and is like,
Yes.
"Here's all of the tropes that you're gonna find within this movie," and the fact that they just own it, like they're like, "This movie is based on every high school trope possible," but they somehow managed to make it work. I was like, "This movie knows what it wants to be." I respect that so much, and I love it. I love the way this film opens when they're listening to Bare Naked Ladies in
Oh
the
yes.
car.
Yep.
And then Kat just comes up in that kick-ass car of hers with
Great car.
Joan Jett playing. And I was like, God, I really wanted to be Kat when I was in high school. I was more like a Mandela, but I wanted to be Kat, right? Like but I was the theater geek for sure.
Own it. But I think what you said, like they made fun of, they own the tropes, but I also think they made fun of the tropes. Like, listen,
Mhm. Oh
this is going
yeah.
to be, this is 1999. Rom-coms are not led by feminist women.
No.
And yeah, the coffee kids are a thing we're going to make fun of a little bit. Like we're putting them in here because we have to, but we're also going to take a shot at them. So they let you know that they're aware of the world they exist in while also separating themselves from it.
It's a very, very smart script. I
Yes.
think that it is able to utilize the characters in great ways. Like this is definitely very much an ensemble piece, and you know who each of the characters are from the point that they are introduced. Like Bianca, who is honestly on the rewatch one of my favorite characters because I think her arc is really good. Like you know where Bianca is. You can feel that she is this shallow yet adorable person,
Yes.
right?
But you're rooting for her. Right.
Who's just kind of a bitch. Like she is, and it's not that she even means to be, but she's just selfish, and she's allowed to be selfish. And it's very fun and honestly nuanced. Like I love the fact that none of the characters are really good or bad except for maybe, what's his name?
Joey sucks.
Joey's the worst.
Joey sucks.
He is just absolutely bad. But even like Patrick and Kat, they're morally gray. Like neither of them do things that are totally correct, but they also don't do things that are just so deplorable that you hate them forever.
Well, and that's where the fact that this is riffing on Taming of the Shrew, I think is great. And I wanted the second what you said about the screenwriters, that this is a smart script, and that they took, like, I don't look, I'm a big Shakespeare guy. I've studied Shakespeare a lot. I've directed Taming of the Shrew. It's a play that I'm very familiar with. Um, but Petruchio in Taming of the Shrew is a deplorable character. There is no redeeming qualities with him. Like he breaks down and beats down Kat until at the end she basically, of the play, she basically says, "Okay, I will marry you because
Right.
this is what I've been basically programmed to do over the last 3 acts of the play." But what they do in 10 Things I Hate About You is they really do, you see how Kat and Patrick affect each other, right?
Yeah.
And so improving upon what made a comedy in Shakespeare's days, and actually making it a little more accessible in this world, but then also just letting us know that this is based on a Shakespeare comedy. Like I do, like I gave this the rewatch yesterday, and when Letters from Cleo is playing on top of the school, I'm like, well, of course they are, because
Yeah.
it's we're based on Shakespeare. It's almost like that's almost like the Deus Ex Machina ending, because like most of the comedies end with a fucking song anyway. So let's just have them up there
Right.
playing music. I mean, it's exactly in the world of a Shakespearean comedy.
You're so right, and you know so much more about Shakespeare than I do. Like I've dabbled in Shakespeare. I will never do Shakespeare because that's just not my thing, man. Like have fun, anybody who wants to. It's just not, I don't have the language for it, probably because other people are so obsessed with it that I'm like, I'm never going to be at that level because I don't care that much. But it is the Shakespearean elements that they brought into it are lovely, even just like the words that they decided to use, or the small phrases, like when Cameron first sees Bianca and he says, I don't have it written down.
Burn, I pine, I
Burn.
perish. Yes.
I loved it. I was like, that doesn't sound like something a high schooler would say, but the way that Cameron says it, because Joseph Gordon-Levitt is such a lovable human, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I just, you guys, I'm giving my hand away so early, but I love this movie. I love it.
I mean, at no point have I not given my hand away from when I recommended this, so I'm not even, but yeah, because the characters feel like actual characters, right? So
Yeah.
we identify the tropes, like, oh, yep, here's the Cowboys in Washington for some reason, but also all the characters we're actually going to spend time with. To not to an Joey and Chastity probably not as much, but like the main people, they're people, right?
Yeah.
They're not just kind of filling a role; they're actually filling the world.
Yeah.
So they're just more interesting to watch than, oh, the first best friend who's going to do this or this. The tropes stay on the outside.
I also think that the relationship between Kat and Bianca, as a person who had I wouldn't say it was a difficult relationship in high school with my sister, but I had such a difficult time in high school that I was not very nice to be around. So so it was a difficult relationship because I just wasn't a very nice person at that point. The vitriol between them, I completely see. I was like, yes, they are two sisters who care about each other, but are having issues finding a common ground. They're both
Right.
too stubborn to try to see anything from the other's point of view. And that first scene we get where they're making fun of each other, saying like, well, at least I'm not from planet loser. And she's like, at least I'm not from planet look at me, look at me. I was like, this is sisters.
Very
This is
funny.
100% sisters right here. And I appreciated it so much. Like, on this rewatch, there were things that I know I'm like, that's real problematic, and they'd never get away with that nowadays. But I still accept it because of the time that it was from. But there, those things like the sisterly aspect, I really loved. I thought it was just such great representation in this film.
And it felt like they've been making fun of each other like that for years.
Yeah.
It felt lived in, and it felt like you felt that extra whip to it.
I'd like to break up the conversation really quick. And I'm going to do something to each of you right now that I didn't tell you about. So I was gifted this. Melissa got me this fun thing when I did my thesis while in grad school when I was playing Edgar and King Lear. She got me this Shakespeare insult generator. So what I'm going to do really quick here is I'm going to flip through, and you got to tell me, Joey, I'm going to do you first. You got to tell me when to stop. You're going to tell me when to stop 3 times. Okay.
All right. Tell me when it's starting.
Okay. Whenever you say so.
Okay. Start. Stop.
Okay. All right. Now,
Stop.
now I need to do it one more time.
Start. Stop.
Okay. And and one more time.
Start. Stop.
Okay. So, Joey, you are a rascally, puke-stalking coxcomb.
Wow.
What's the last word?
Coxcomb.
Oh.
Which stands for a foolishly vain or conceited person.
Obviously.
Wow.
Obviously.
Right, now you do it. You guys
Great.
Just say stop 3 times.
Okay. Stop.
Okay. Again.
Stop.
All right. And one more.
Stop.
Okay. Ooh, here we go. You, Britt, are a goatish, shrill-tongued purpose changer.
Wow.
Oh, shrill-tongued. That's perfect.
Wow.
Yes. Shrill-tongued, communicating in harsh tones is what it says on the back of my little sheet there.
Yeah.
Oh, and and this is why I love digging into Shakespeare. Do you know what goatish means? Goat, like the animal goat.
Like,
I don't know.
Lustful. So
Yes.
I am a shrill, lustful beezy.
Purpose changer.
Oh, I see. I love it.
Yes.
I wear that as a badge of honor.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Whenever I have to wear a badge at work, I'll just put that underneath it.
That would be great. Can we talk about from the first time we see Heath Ledger smile that we knew he was going to be a fucking star? I mean,
Oh,
holy
I have
shit!
I have a note that like the second he smiles and you see like the dimples, it's like, oh yeah, okay, here's the most famous person coming, like by far. Holy shit.
The people I was attracted to in high school is all based on Heath Ledger and Heath Ledger's character in this movie. I'm not even kidding you. Like, if you saw a picture of my high school boyfriend, you'd be like, oh, okay, so it was Patrick, because that's what I was 100% going for. And I blame this film for it. I love him. I love him. He's so good. Because Patrick is a character that should not work. Because honestly, he's kind of a shithead. Like what he does in this film is not okay. And honestly, on this watch, I was like, maybe they shouldn't end up together at the end. Like maybe I would have preferred if Kat just said like, thanks for the guitar, but no. But he's, but
No,
he's
I'm like,
still.
because it's him, it's okay. Because like if Josh Hartnett was playing Patrick, I'd be like, you need to move that out of the state.
Yeah.
Get out, buddy.
Like that doesn't work. And I like Josh Hartnett a lot, but he can't be Patrick. Like
No, this was like the perfect casting, I think, for everybody.
yeah.
I
Oh
can't
yeah.
imagine
I
a
mean,
single person
well,
differently.
my unsung hero is the casting directors, Gail Goldberg, Donna Morong, and Marcia Ross, because I think that they nailed these characters and nailed the actors playing them. You got the mix of like the Andrew Keegan, who's been on everything in the 90s, was in Camp Nowhere. Larissa Oleynik was on Nickelodeon. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in the Alien show, Third Rock from the
Third Rock from the
Sun.
Sun.
And then you have Heath Ledger coming over from Australia. Julia Stiles was about to be just all over
Julia
the place.
Stiles.
Yeah. And David Krumholtz is still, I mean, he was in Oppenheimer last year. Like he never stopped. He was in the Santa Claus before that. So
Yeah,
so they had like
yes.
they had a really good mix of people who recognizable, but the chemistry's there, and then you just have someone who's obviously excellent at this in Heath Ledger. Like I think just the casting's out of control.
So one thing I thought was interesting because I like to look at this, and I'm sure you do too. So Gil Younger, pretty much TV, and I don't say that with any scorn, but that's pretty
Yeah.
much what he's done primarily. I think he knows. I think he knows that this movie really exceeded without him. Like sometimes
Yes.
there are movies that happen and they happen because you've got a casting director or two who really get you the right talent, and you find a script that kind of just that falls into your lap that really with the right people it's going to be good. um i I watched like the 10-year making of thing, and the amount of shit that he tried to work in there. I mean, it was very clear from watching this behind the scene 10 year he wanted to fuck Allison Janney, and it seemed like he wanted to film himself fuck Allison Janney, somehow get it into the
Yeah.
movie. That was wild.
Well, I mean,
I think I watched the
filmed
same
scenes of
thing.
himself being a teacher that they made him cut. Like he
Yeah.
tried.
He was like, I thought it was pretty good in them, but we had to cut it. And then they showed clips of it, and it's like, dude, no,
Yeah.
that's cringe, man. You're so cringe.
Also, I've heard, because they filmed this over the summer, like July, like early July to mid-August. And somewhat recently on the Boy Meets World podcast, they had Andrew Keegan, they had Larissa Oleynik on it, and they both talked about how they were all in a hotel together. They'd all like hanging out every night. They were all just having fun. And it was pretty much how Heath Ledger was just like 10 times cooler than them, but also hung out with them and was like really just nice, even though they all knew he was going to absolutely explode. But that they all like hung out and did things together. Nobody was big timing each other. Like they were all, Andrew Keegan was like, guys, I was in Camp Nowhere with Christopher Lloyd. Everybody was there together creating something.
I did a training video, and I'm gonna fuck up the acronym, but it was like the Washington On-Site Septic or Sewer Association. It was a weird, but I did a training video. I at this point now, like fucking 8 years ago, and the guy that I did it with was an extra on 10 Things I Hate About You. he was talking about being on set and doing the thing, because he was just some guy in Tacoma who, he was mostly a musician, but he was, of the right age to be there. And he was telling me the story about how they were in between takes, and just like you were saying, like Heath Ledger was pretty open and conversant with everybody, and that he was there the day that, so Heath Ledger got a call and he went away and he came back, and Heath Ledger comes back and he says, "I just found out I'm going to be in the new the Mel Gibson movie, which ended up being The Patriot."
The Patriot.
Right. Which I think, 10 Things I Hate About You, Patriot, Knight's Tale, that was like, and Knight's Tale, when he wasn't competing with anybody. Like, it was just, like,
It's just his charm.
just him doing that thing. Yeah. Oh, shit. I dropped my copy of Taming of the Shrew.
You were just so excited about talking about Heath Ledger. I understand.
I sure was.
Well, I mean, next I have to figure out how we're going to do a Knight's Tale episode on this.
Oh my God.
Because
that is all. No, easy. That's going to be a 1001 by 1 by 3. So easy to do. That's the next one we do, obviously, because I also love A Knight's Tale. I love Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was one of those ones, like we've talked about how David Lynch was like, it really affected me when David Lynch died. I don't really get it, I don't feel very close to celebrities or anything, but like when Heath Ledger died, I remember that was the first time that I went, oh shit, like these people can die too, right? Like, and it was just, I still remember where I was. I had the flu. I was really sick. I was in bed, and my ex-boyfriend, the one who looked like Patrick, called me to be like, "Oh my God, Heath Ledger died." And I was like, "No, he didn't." And then I turned on the news and he had died. And that one, like, it shook me a little bit, because he was like my guy. I loved him so much. I'd watch anything he was in, even if it was
your boyfriend
shit.
that night, where you're like, well,
oh God, no, that was like that was the type of relationship where we should have broken up so much earlier than we did. And like I would, if I saw him on the street now, I'd go up and give him a huge hug. He's a really great guy. But that was like 6 years I can't get back in my life of just like breaking up and getting back together and breaking up and getting back together, not realizing it was never gonna work.
But did you go to that sweet paintball place together?
Oh man.
I wish that existed at Gasworks. As a person who has been to Gasworks so many times in her life, I love that paintball. It does not exist there. That had to have been set up for the movie.
It was.
I definitely was singing along to that part of the movie. That's a great, and that's like, this movie is so set piece heavy, but like I don't mind it. There's usually like this great bit, like this is a really good example of forwarding the plot, but each scene tells a story, right? Yep. Like each scene does something, and I love that, right? Whether it is just exposition, or it's characters getting to know each other, or us getting to know something about them. I think the way that it moves forward, and then there's usually a pretty good song.
Yes,
that helps. Banger after banger.
This soundtrack, killer.
Really good.
It's great. So can we? I want to talk a little bit about who almost was my unsung hero, but I like who I don't. As a father of daughters, I thought Larry Miller in this
Long Island's own
was so wonderful, and I love that last scene with Kat.
So good, and so good, so earned.
The baseball metaphor, like, she still lets me pitch a few innings, but you've put me on the bench for years, and pretty soon I'm not even gonna be able to watch the game. And I was like, it just reminded me so much of like, he can't just come out and say how much he loves her and is gonna miss her. So he does the stupid metaphor, but
it works. It's so dad. It's yeah.
Yes, it's so perfectly read. Oh, it's just great stuff. I love him in this.
That scene makes me teary-eyed. Like, it really does, because it feels like it's the first time he's admitting to her that he knows that she's slipped away, right? And not slipped away in a bad way. Just she's grown up. She's grown up.
But like when he says like, "Oh no, I already sent him a check," it's like, like it's because it's so much, it's so loaded, and because we also know very little, but we know he got left with 2 kids a few years ago, right? Like, there's been some things. And he's still there. He's making up rules. He has the 1990s pregnancy suit that stopped existing once Y2K came for some reason. But, he's there. He's doing what he can. They clearly have whatever the hell they want. And, so that scene just feels so earned, because where we see him that first time through the parties and the prom all the way out, then I love where he gets. And I think that's just such a perfect for both of them.
I mean, he's probably a very successful doctor because he's delivering, babies.
Right.
So he's very successful at what he does. And
to his
apparently,
elbows in placenta all day.
yes, and apparently he can afford a really nice house next to Cary Park. Even though it's in Tacoma, but they always are alluding to it being like very close to Cary Park, and I'm like, wow, he's making bank, yo. Those houses are really expensive.
That house was sick.
Well, that was in Tacoma.
For any of the people being like, where are we at any given one point? Yes. It just it's Seattle. Yes, the high school's in Tacoma, but you can see the Space Needle from certain things. But
I love it.
Listen,
the way is off, but it's all Pacific Northwest,
right.
baby. It's all
it
right
is.
there.
It's beautiful. They got the best weather ever somehow.
Seriously. And you know what? They didn't build any sets. They used all real locations. So love you know that. What? I'm okay with a little geographical nonsense if the places and you felt it, like Adam, you said each place felt moved things along in a really great way, and I think not building sets really helps that, because it's a place people are.
It doesn't bother me at all that they didn't just stay in like Queen Anne or in Fremont or in Capitol Hill, because those are like the big place areas that they went to. I was totally fine with that. I was just being a brat. But I like it's very fun. This movie has always been fun because these are areas that I've frequented my entire life. Like I used to spend 4th of July at Gasworks Park. And then when I lived in Queen Anne, Neil and I would walk to the Troll. We would walk to Gasworks Park and we would just hang out there. Like they are very quintessential like Seattle locations. You know where that is. People have spent time there. Are they touristy? Sure, but people actually go there. Like it's not just a place that a tourist is going to go. People actually just go and hang out in Gasworks Park. So that was and Cary Park, the like greatest lookout of Seattle. That's always really fun to me when you find those little moments, and it's not just them going and being like, let's walk to the Space Needle, because that's not what you would do. You'd go see the Troll and go to Cary Park. Like that's fine.
Right.
I just like it when Seattle's showcased and is pretty, because it is pretty. I love it.
Yeah, and again, it's people who actually live there enjoying it.
Can I just say, my summers were never that nice when I was growing up. I had many a 4th of July's that were rainy and cold. So the fact that every single day is sunny, I'm like, wow, this is exciting. This life is so nice for these teens. It's always hot and sunny and nice like California. When did that happen?
If I didn't like this movie as much as I do, my intro would have been like, and I'm Joey at Rogate, and we're here to talk about white people problems. But I really love this movie, so I didn't go that approach.
God, I feel like, doesn't that get mentioned about somebody has a line about that, right? About like the upper kind of class problems. Or
the teacher.
Yeah. Mr.
Right.
Morgan.
Right.
Mr. Morgan says it. It's the first time we meet him.
Teacher ever.
Yep.
Yeah, go to the office. You're pissing me off.
Love it.
Don't even get me started on YouTube. I'm just gonna slap you. But that's the first time we meet him and Kat, and she, pushes back what they should read, and he says, like, oh no, you're upper middle class. And I mean, they're probably a little beyond upper middle class. They're upper,
doing fine.
Which good for them. Good for them. The guy works 24/7. That beeper was ever present to move a scene along and get the dad out in a really nice way.
That was a horrible sound. It sounded like a fire alarm, and so every time it went off, I was like, "Oh no, that's a movie. That's the movie. Okay, never mind. It's the movie."
There's one little detail. There's something that I noticed this time, and I think I've clocked it before, but watching this and taking notes. So Heath Ledger, obviously this mysterious character, very much the same look, the basically the black or gray shirts, black or gray pants, he's just kind of going about doing his day, seems to enjoy stabbing frogs and being in shop class. But when he goes to Club Skunk, did you clock the
The
shiny
leatherist
The
Chris-
leather
So
pants.
yeah, so me and Christopher watching it, she was like, "How have I never noticed these leather pants? Like they are button front leather pants." I mean, he owns his locations, I guess, but those were so shiny.
I love them. I thought they were perfect. No notes. Wear them every day. Incredible choice. Can I just say the costumes are amazing in this? I feel like they actually tell the story of like the characters who are wearing them. But also I feel like you can find every single one of those in Target or Nordstrom's right now. Are the cyclical nature of clothing. It is like that is our fashion at the moment. I'm like, oh God, we're here again.
Are we back to shiny? Was shiny leather a thing then?
Yes, it absolutely was. And to be perfectly honest, I own a pair of shiny leather pants, and they are cute, and I wear them out to concerts. So rock them, Heath Ledger. Rock them hard.
Heath Ledger can pull them on, pull them
he,
off.
he also pulls them on.
Both
So
right. I mean, listen, we all watched the Friends episode where Ross could not get them on. So
It's a good Brett. It's a good episode. It's a funny episode. He wears leather pants, and then they start to chafe and they get hot. So he goes into the bathroom and tries to like cool himself off, and then he can't get them back up.
piece of
And
sweat.
there's a great moment where he tries to use
dum.
lotion, and then he like slips and he slaps himself in the face. And
There's
it's good.
powder.
So check out that clip. Just check out that
Yeah.
clip.
Great, sounds good. I mean, I had to be so annoying, and I couldn't like anything that anybody else liked. So that's why I've never watched Friends or The Simpsons.
Ah, man.
You know,
Friends is fine, but
Yeah.
Simpsons, that's a boo. So Bogey Lowenstein's party, super
Yes.
90s,
Oh,
amazing flyer, revenge by Michael. I fucking just because they found out he buys his iZods at the outlet mall. What fucking psycho's parking like that? I would have a panic attack. I was trying to think back to like 17-year-old me, and I don't think I'd care, and I don't know how I wouldn't have cared.
oh, no. Okay. So, okay. Well, I'm fucking, we're doing this. I'm just going
I'm
to
so
tell the story.
excited.
So I got away with fucking everything in high school because I knew how to take care of shit. I had parties when my parents left. And by the time they got home, everything was fine. The one time that they went somewhere, and my sister stayed with me. She's only 2 years younger than me. I was working at a grocery store at the time. That was my high school job.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody called me at work. Like they called the work and said, Adam, call online, whatever. I'm like, I'm fucking 17. I don't get called. And somebody was calling from my house saying, your sister invited people over, and now there's like 60 people here, and she can't take care of it. So I used my 15-minute break to drive home and saw cars fucking everywhere. People were like smoking out in my parents' hot tub, and like it was crazy. So like and then I've had to like kick people out and shit. So like this shit does happen. Like we're just like Chuck invited 4 people, and now there's just like half of our fucking school is here. It's crazy. The shit happens.
No, the word gets around.
Washington, it does. It happens.
It happens everywhere, and word gets around, and things explode. And then there's always the one dickhead who hides the beer caps around the house just so your parents catch you that you'll never remind. I used to put grapes in toasters.
Joey, you're a menace.
Because that's really annoying. It's not going to break anything, but it's going to be really fucking annoying to figure it out like a month later.
Oh, I would have been so pissed if we were friends in high school. Oh man, that was.
Yeah, I had a friend who used to hide bottle caps all around, and he in light fixtures, under cushions, like really just annoying places.
I was not cool in high school. I did not go to high school parties. I mean, I'm not cool now, so let's be real.
I go to high school parties now, though.
Yeah, as a 35-year-old. Hey, bitches, who wants some beer? No, God, no. Jesus Christ. No, I had friends who would go to parties. I did not. I also was very, very busy, so I just didn't have time. And my parents never left and didn't take me with them. Or if I did, I went to go stay with people. The one time that they were out of town and left me home, my sister and her friend came over, and I remember because Megan, who's still my friend, was wearing like a Mickey Mouse sweatshirt, and my mom had said I could have some friends over, and Megan walks in and then she turns to me and she was like, "Your friends are here. They're cooler than me." And I was like, "No, they're not, Megan. They're fine." She's like, "I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse sweater. I should leave." And I was like, "You're fine." I also got in trouble for that because apparently my ex-boyfriend and my other ex-boyfriend went up into the attic and broke into my parents' liquor that they had there. They had like left some beer downstairs and they're like, "Yeah, the kids can drink that." But they went in the fucking attic and got the liquor out of it. And I was like, "This is why I don't have parties. This is why I don't want to go." Again, high school was rough. I didn't like it. It was bad. I remember asking my mom if it gets better, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's so much better after high school." And you know what, kids? She was right. Things
One day
get
you're going to be
great.
talking movies with these two guys from across the country
who used to do wild things at parties, like put grapes in people's toasters. Jesus Christ.
Yes, it gets better. It gets better. This is your future, kids.
Remember, guys, don't touch anything. That Bogey Lowenstein, he seems like a fucking real wet blanket.
Oh, yeah, he does. Damn. I mean, not that I think he deserves it.
Guys, can you take it outside? He deserves it.
That was almost my favorite shot. Can you take it outside? They go through the glass and then it just goes in on him. That was almost my favorite, but my favorite was actually just when they threw the flyers. You have Air's Sexy Boy playing. God, it is like such a beautiful shot. And I keep thinking, oh my God, all of these people are going to fall, like trying to get these flyers, but nobody does. So it's fine. Love it. That's my favorite shot of the movie.
I need to tell you right at this exact second, and there are dozens of options for this. And out of context, this may not be the actual funniest line in the movie, but I think that the fucking funniest thing that gets said in this movie, because of how earnest it gets said, is, "I'm thinking of getting a Tercel."
In a suit at a high school party, hands on his hips like he's Lord of the Dance. I'm thinking about getting a Tercel. That's my quote of the movie. You got me.
Oh, it's so good.
Because I've been watching this movie for 25 years. I saw it in theaters. I saw it at the Levittown Lowe's Theater. I remember seeing it, and I've been laughing at this movie ever since. And that fucking line, like, he was so happy. There was pride in his eyes because, everyone saw him run down the hill in his scooter. Dude just wanted a Tercel. It's a Toyota.
Choice line.
Yeah, it's.
But one of my other favorite lines is when just Cat goes whoops after just decking Joey's car, and then the dad comes in. He goes, "Whoops! My insurance doesn't cover whoops."
No, he says, "My insurance does not cover PMS."
That's what he says. Yes.
And then she says, "Tell them I had a seizure," which I'm like, oh, Cat, I love you. Okay, how do you guys feel about Cat's feminist arc in this? Because I have seen a lot of people talking about if it's actually a good representation of feminism or if it's a very poor representation of feminism, because she starts out as this like shrew, basically, which is not something I say lightly, and then she finds a heterosexual relationship and it makes her more palatable and happier. And I think it can be interpreted in two different ways. And honestly, I don't have an answer to this, because I don't think the film tells us one way or the other. I think it's very much opened up for interpretation here. What do you guys think about it? Like,
I mean, who the hell am I to speak about feminism? But I think
you can be a feminist and be a man. It's totally fair.
I know, in this context. But in 1999, I think it was like here. I feel like in the year, what horrible year are we in now? 2025.
Yeah,
we've been here for 9 months. But
basically,
I feel like now it almost feels more modern than then it felt more extreme. Everything was extreme in the 90s, where now I feel like now it feels more progressive, and not because I don't believe, because the way I've always watched this, I don't believe she's more palatable because of the relationship with him, because of the journey they kind of go on together of getting away from the place she was stuck at because of what happened when she was a freshman. So she's kind of been closing off for all these years. She learned all these things, and those are still there. I don't think she's losing those things. I just think it's now her presentation is different because she's just gotten to a different point. I
Totally.
think because it doesn't rely on Patrick or not, but it doesn't, because
But
he
it
doesn't
kind
fall.
of does. At the
But
end,
not,
it kind of
but
does.
it's not the only reason because it's still, because here's the thing, if she doesn't read the poem, it's on her terms that they're back together. If she goes in and says, fuck you, I never want to see you again, he's not then buying, I don't think they're getting back together. I think it's on her terms because she's open to it. Like, why didn't you call? Why did you stay away when I wanted, so I think it's still
Okay,
on
I
her
think that's totally
terms.
fair. I think that's totally fair. Adam, do you have a take on it?
Yeah, I agree with some of what Joey said. And I think that and the key thing there is to find out that that she's had this experience, like when she kind of tells her sister about her previous relationship with Joey, not this
It's so
douchebag Joey.
douchebag Joey, not menace Joey.
Yeah. Um, but like I think that over the course of the film, she's allowing herself to kind of let some of those blocks go,
Yeah,
and kind of, I guess, enjoy more of the high school experience. The other thing that this made me think of, though, is I'm reminded of when I see high school or college movies. I remember like who I was in high school and college, particularly in college, though, when I felt like I really had a thing that I wanted to say, right? And I had theater was my outlet to, like, I had real strong thoughts and feelings about things. And I still think and feel those things. But now, as a 38-year-old guy with a wife and two kids, those thoughts are still there, but the passion is lessened, right? Like I
totally.
think them,
Sure.
but I'm not, I'm like, can I, I'm tired. Can I donate? Can I do something from home? Because
Yeah,
I'm tired today. And I realized, trying to equate the ramblings of a 38-year-old to a 18-year-old white gal going through her life
her
with
own journey.
this charming but assholish guy, is weird. But I think what I'm trying to get to is that, her experiences with him, this uh not quite deus ex machina thing, but like, this person who she wasn't expecting to interact with at any point in her time.
Yeah,
You could see
Right.
her spending the rest of her high school year ripping off posters and going to Sarah Lawrence, and having the same view that she had at the beginning of the film.
Right.
I don't know that she's necessarily better that she's met Patrick, but I think that she's like being able to talk to her dad and talk to her sister. Those are
yeah,
the
for sure.
Yeah.
of it. And so now, does it take a fairly Shakespearean ending and just saying we're still going to throw them together because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So all of that to say that I don't really have an answer, but
No, I'm
like
Yeah.
I like how it happens.
Yeah. And I think also that Patrick has a parallel experience, right? Because he goes through, maybe because we don't know about his family life, so we're less controlled with him. But listen, when we meet Patrick and he's playing with the fire, he's not that guy's not going to Bogey Lowenstein's party. He's not going to prom, right? He
yes, but
does these things.
yes, but he's also seen in a more positive light because he's a man who can get away with these things. So my this is just how they're both in a similar boat where they're both alternative going against the grain, where he's seen as kind of like a scary but mysterious guy, that there are these things about him that people are saying, but he's kind of allowed to get away with that. Kat is called a heinous bitch by the people around her. So it's not equal. Like it can't be equal because there's always going to be that power imbalance of the patriarchy,
Fair.
for women who speak up and are more inclined to say their feelings, especially somebody like Kat. Again, I love this movie. I love Patrick. I think Patrick is great. I just, in rewatching it, I kind of wish they didn't get back together. And I know it's the Shakespearean thing to do. Everybody's coupled up at the end and happy to go. But I personally would have loved it if the reunion at the end was between her and her sister, right? Like if it ended not with her and Patrick, but maybe with her and Bianca finding, because they do find this like sense of understanding between each other. So I just kind of wish that's where it had gone instead. But that's, again, me as a 35-year-old woman being like, oh my God, don't date Patrick for 6 years. You have so much life to live. Don't let him follow you to Sarah Lawrence. You got growing up to do, girl.
They broke up August 10th.
I feel like he might follow her, though. Like, come on.
They broke up August 10th. They're done. They both know it.
I don't believe you at all.
They got into another fight, and she went to her car, and there was no new instrument in there. And he was like, well, fuck this. And that was it. That was the whole thing.
Kazoo.
Also, I did try to look up how much a Stratocaster would cost at that time, like in 1999. I do know that would cost, like, that specific type from 1999 would be like $1,500 now. But I was like, well, that's not what it would be then. But it would still be expensive. Guitars are expensive. Like, how much did he spend on that?
Let's see, $1,500. 2024.
While Joey's doing math, is the best needle drop Hypnotize?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and it got her a whole job in a movie where she can't dance.
Oh my God, Save the Last Dance is so bad.
Yeah,
that is
and she got it because of they cast her because of that dancing.
Oh my God, can we just talk about at the end of Save the Last Dance, her final dance to get into Juilliard is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, and I love it so much. If I need to be happy, I'll just watch that and go, if she can get into Juilliard, I can do anything.
$750, by the way.
That's not... How many dates did where's Patrick getting this money? Who's the favor that Patrick called in to get her favorite band to come to Century Ballroom where they had their prom? Like,
he just knows everybody. He knew the bartender at Snake Pit. Like, he just knows people.
Okay, I legit, like, no joke, had a note where I was like, okay, guys, was I not living the right high school life? Because I had no connections in high school.
Me neither.
Negative connections in high school. And he's like, hey, Verona, nice to see you. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this guy?
No,
the
like
owner of Club Skunk.
Patrick gets around.
No, people knew me at Waldbaum's because I was the cashier. That's my fucking cool, wearing a green and white striped shirt. But all my friends worked there too, so it was fun. But it was fucking weird. Yeah, Hypnotize is probably the best needle drop, but Frankie Valli has the iconic everlasting scene.
I mean, the favorite scene of the movie, obviously.
Yeah, it's the scene of the movie. There's no other answer. That's just
it has to be.
And I love where it comes from. He has to embarrass himself, and then he gets and it's just, the whole thing is amazing.
It's so well, it's funny because I was thinking like, oh, this would never happen, and then I'm like, no, people did this shit all, like, they would like ask people to prom or ask people to doing really ridiculous things like this. So I can see it happening,
right? Yeah, just nobody does it with as much charm. Now it just looks like a nerdy dork that's mom helped him make like a poster. But I mean, let's call it what it fucking is. Like, nobody's being what Heath Ledger did. I also love the casting of the security guards who weren't like, because a lesser movie would have just cast two giant fat guys. Instead, they didn't. They're just like normal looking 30-year-old guys who just could not keep up. And
that I was like, oh God, please don't fall. That would hurt. Like, that would hurt so bad. When he's like dancing on that, I'm like, Jesus Christ, your head. If you fall, my God, you're going to get so hurt. That's because I would fall. If I was trying to dance on that, I would 100% find the crack that I'd be able to fall through. Like, nope, not going to happen.
Well, yeah, that's my favorite scene in the movie. And my favorite shot is when he comes out and it's like the over the shoulder shot of him as the music's playing. Like, you just see the field and the water. It's beautiful. I'm like, that just looks awesome. Like, it's just a really cool way of like, it's not his perspective, but it's just him coming into it and he's just about to own it. It looks really good.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. My scene is also can't take my eyes off of you. I really, really like the shot of when Kat is behind the plexiglass at the paintball thing and he throws it and it hits the glass and then she pops out. That I like that shot.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
That's my shot. I've discovered. The last specific thing that I want to say that I've noticed much more as I get closer to 40 is I in films, I like watching people watch other people in amazement. Um, I don't know why this
That's such a specific thing.
Yeah.
more now. Well, so it reminded. So if you haven't seen The Complete Unknown, I won't. But there's a moment where Edward Norton is watching Timothy Chalamet, and I'm
Great
like, I
scene.
really, I
Yeah.
really, really like this scene. And there's a moment at Club Skunk where Patrick is watching Kat
Yep.
on the dance floor, and he's seeing her in a different light, and he breaks a little there, and I'm like,
Yep.
I just like watching people watch other people in amazement. It's like it's a really subtle thing, but like when it comes across on screen, it really resonates. So I wanted to shout out that little moment.
Yeah.
I love that because you could have just said I love watching people, and I was going to be like, wow, that's creepy. But then you added on the with amazement. I was like, maybe not as creepy. Maybe, yeah.
I hope so. I would hope so.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's hard to pull off because there has to be like a like I love that scene. The last thing I have is Chastity's heel turn as a friend is like perfect. It makes sense. She wants to just climb the ladder, but man, it is abrupt.
I think there are lots of scenes that were cut out of this film. Like there's a lot that I think was cut because just for timing reasons. And I think a lot of like Gabrielle Union stuff was probably cut even before the filming started. Like I read through the script and they have lots of different things in there and they added a bunch while they were filming. But I think that this is one of those films where it could have probably been 6 hours because they probably had that. There are that many
Right.
characters, so many. Well, even between like Mandela and Michael,
Mhm.
all of the sudden they're a couple and they're going to prom, and I accept it. But I'm also like, when did this happen? When did he decide he really, really loved Mandela? Like, okay, that's great, but also I feel like those side characters kind of do get pushed away. So like when she has that heel turn, and yes, we have a bit of it at the party, but
Yeah, that's the start, and that's really it. Because then
yeah,
the next time
because
she's full heel there, she's just, oh, you didn't think you were the only sophomore ass.
yeah, I
So like
agree.
the party's the heel turn. Well, you said no.
Yeah.
Did Joey Donner really just show up to Bianca's house on prom
Yeah.
without ever
He's
having
such a dum dum.
Guys, the
Yeah.
joke's Joey's a fucking loser, right?
He's a dum dum.
I'm here for Bianca.
And I like that the dad just slams the door in his face.
Unbelievable. And great shot. That's a great shot where they
Super
just
good
watch.
shot.
It's just him, and it's just the door shutting in his face.
And the perfect expression from the father. Absolute perfect expression.
And then when he shows up to prom, what's the line? The shit has hitteth the fan. Fucking just great stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I think Gabrielle Union was not great. I don't, she wasn't in it enough for to. I don't hold it against her. It's like, all right, if this wasn't like a teenage movie, that character would be hard to justify.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that again, that's a
you need
tropey
it.
trope character
fine.
that
and it's tropey in the way that Shakespeare based off of commedia and stock characters are
Yeah.
tropey. And that's and like in the real world, yeah, that turn probably isn't as abrupt as it is in the film, but it feels kind of hand in hand with some of those side characters that
Right.
you'd have in
And it's
in a-
fine.
in
I
a
don't have it.
Shakespeare
It's
play.
I think in this movie it stands out because it's one of the
Oh, for
everything
sure.
else feels so much earned, so much more
Yeah.
earned than this. But listen, she wants to be popular. She saw her shot and she took it. Who am I?
I mean, good for her, I guess.
Maybe.
Um
Unsung
Bian-
heroes. I gave mine. Casting directors. What do you both have?
My unsung heroes are Karen McCullough and Kirsten Smith. This script is so good. They're also responsible for Legally Blonde, which is another
Yes.
one of my absolute favorite films. That was almost what I recommended. It's such a good movie. It's such a good musical too. So just Legally Blonde all around is great. But I think that this is such a great female-led teen comedy.
Mhm.
And a lot of it comes down to the characterization. I love these characters. I want to see them succeed. And they managed to make a world that I believed in, like so much that I wanted that to be my high school experience. I think I thought it was pitch perfect, incredible. no notes. Movies try to do this and they're not able to. I mean, even think of the dialogue. Like we see here the Junos and the Jennifer's Body, which like I love, but in this they have a similar thing where they're saying phrases that people didn't say at the time, but you like believe that that's how they talk in the time. Like when he says Bianca is without and just leaves it. I don't know anybody that would be like, yeah, that's without, but it worked so well in the movie and you knew exactly what he meant, even though that's not something in our own vernacular. Just brilliant. So good.
Yeah, they were mine as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
when I-
amazing.
Yes. Hates him with the power of 1,000 suns. That's a direct quote.
Yes.
Yeah, the script is bonkers good. So
Great.
So good.
That's also my answer.
It's nice when you see things come together so nicely.
I agree. I agree.
Man.
The perfect storm.
It is, and for a perfect movie, best rom-com ever. Does anybody have anything they want to close with before we get to our final question?
I mean, the only thing that I had was like other retellings of Shakespeare or classic literature. And do you guys like have a personal favorite film other than this one of a movie that takes Shakespeare or classic literature and modernizes it?
I mean, again, another where the source material is close to me, but also because I love Cruel Intentions.
Oh,
is
yes.
absolutely one of
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah, Cruel Intentions is
Les
up there.
Liaisons Dangereux.
Ugh.
I love Cruel Intentions.
And mine, I've already mentioned it, is Clueless. Like, I love Clueless. I think it's perfect. I love the retelling of Emma. Emma's one of my favorite like stories in general. So I think it's perfect. Yeah, but Cruel Intentions, absolutely. And there were a lot of movies around this time that came out and tried. Oh God. Can't Hardly Wait. I don't know if either of you guys saw that one.
Me and Cole listen to that soundtrack every day. What do you mean? Movie's fantastic.
Get Over It.
What is this Can't Hardly Wait shame?
It's fine. It's fine. It's a high school musical, or it's a high school movie. I was thinking of Get Over It though. Get Over It is the one about Midsummer Night's Dream, where they have like
Melissa Joan Hart?
No, it's Kirsten Dunst. Melissa Joan Hart is. I have it down here.
She Can't Hardly Wait. She's the yearbook girl in Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is in that one. There's Drive Me Crazy. Drive Me Crazy is the one. It might be the other one you're thinking of. There's Jawbreakers. There's She's All That. Like there are so many of these, and they just do not have the same charm. Like they're
well. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I was, on Below Freezing, we've added a new guessing game where Melissa tries to guess how many stars Roger Ebert gave the film that we're talking about.
Love it.
And it's, you can basically break it down now where 4 stars is a masterpiece, 3.5 means he loved it, 3 means he liked it. And 2.5 is funny because and that's what he gave this. He gave 10 Things I Hate About You 2.5 stars. And if you read the review, and I'm not going to go through it, but he's tapped on the high school movie genre.
Yeah, that's fair.
Feel it. He quotes a lot of them in the review, and he's like, yeah, oh God, it's another one. But he's like, I like the movie's spirit, the actors in some of the scenes, the music, much of it by the band Letters to Cleo, is subtle and inventive while still cheerful. The movie almost but not quite achieves liftoff against the gravitational pull of the tired story formula. Sometimes it's a mistake to have acting this charming. The characters become so engaging and spontaneous that we notice that they're trapped in the plot. And I think that he was just
he's burnt
down by films of this era. I think if he had given it the revisit, I think he would have changed his mind.
Yeah.
Another classic literature one I just thought, Easy A is really good.
Yeah, for sure. Easy A is a very good one. It kind of came towards the end of this. The end of the run.
Almost a restart at that point.
Exactly, but it didn't really restart. I think we got more into like the Ladybirds after that, where it's just like, oh, this is the tough part of high school. We're not pretending it wasn't tough at this point. But that's a good one. Yeah. Let me see, yeah, but that's the only other thing I was thinking of. Just all of this time, it is kind of like a time capsule. These films, they were very important, and they showcased this high school experience that people wanted to have, and people sold like it was the best time of your life. When high school shouldn't be the best time of your life, you guys. Just Just saying that out loud right now. It's a time of your life, and things are so much different after. And I think that a lot of these movies tried to make it seem like nothing's ever gonna be better than this. And what I like about 10 Things I Hate About You is it's not about high school being incredible. It's about growing and changing and learning how to live with the things around you. Uh, and I just think it makes it a more interesting, poignant film to dive into. Plus, the soundtrack is fucking killer.
Banger. It's so good. It's
So good.
All right. Adam, do you have anything else?
No,
All
it's
right.
great. It's great.
It truly is. All right. So we asked the question: do you think the movie 10 Things I Hate About You belongs in the book 1001 Movies to See Before You Die? Britt, let's start with you.
Well, I did have a question about this because this is specifically about replacing something prior to. So are we asking, should this replacement really go in instead of that one, or just in general, this should blanket statement be included in the book?
So, I'm gonna answer that question by answering Joey's question.
Great.
So I absolutely think that this should be in the book. Now, as far as taking something out and putting this in, I have an answer, but I'm going to say blanket statement because I know we're covering this movie later. I don't know what Whiskey Galore is about. No idea. So I could see me saying that like this could just go in as a different comedy, but I know what should come out of this book because it shouldn't be in there. It is also about young love, kind of. This movie sucks. Let's take Gigi out of the book.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Let's put
shots
10
fired at
things
Gigi. Absolutely.
I
I
like
hate
Gigi,
about
but
you
I like
in.
Gigi a lot, but that's fine. For 10 Things I Hate About You, I'm not going to fight.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I also think that this should absolutely go in the book. Again, I wasn't sure if we were taking one out or not, or just saying, yeah, this should absolutely
taking
be
out.
in there instead of Henry V, right? That's the one that you said should be replaced. It absolutely. This is a way more interesting version of Shakespeare, and as Adam has already proved, being the theater teacher that he is, there are so many Shakespearean elements within this movie that it makes sense to keep it in if we're still trying to have some type of Shakespeare. But ultimately, this is such a great representation of the late 90s, early 2000s teen comedies, which were very popular and very important in cinema, I must say. I think, yeah, absolutely, this needs to be in there. Everybody should see this movie at least once. I mean, even Neil, who is from England, he loved this film. He used to watch this one. We were watching it a couple years ago, and he was like, "Oh, I really want to watch 10 Things I Hate About You." And as it's going over the shot of Seattle, he goes, "Wait, is this based in Seattle?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, it sure is." He had no idea until that, and it made him even happier.
What are you
Anyways, yes.
replacing it with?
Uh,
What are you taking out of this?
I mean, I didn't do that portion because I wasn't sure what we were supposed to do. So I'm just gonna say Henry V, like easy
I think
peasy.
that's a solid choice.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
All right. All
I
right,
can't
so
follow a prompt, yo. We know that.
that's fine. My answer is obviously yes. If I was writing the book, this is, you start in 1999 and you're 40. And so I was looking at that time. I looked at 1998, 1999, what to take out. And I'm going to take out Thin Red Line because I hate that movie.
Okay.
It's the only movie I've ever walked out of in my entire life. So that could get out of my life. I don't need to see that flipping pages of anything. I never want to talk about it ever again.
The Oz the Great, Oz the Great and Powerful. That was a pretty bad movie. I walked out of that one, but that wouldn't be in this book. So
no, it wouldn't. And I did not walk out of that at all. I got out of there. I said that was terrible, but I had a blast. It was terrible though, but I enjoyed it.
I didn't know.
Then Red Line, I was like,
this sucks.
Yep, and I went and watched something cooler somewhere else. So, all right, we are unanimous because that is the right answer.
Absolutely.
So yes, we all think that 10 Things I Hate About You should go in the book. Various things should come out, but ultimately this movie should be in the book. But of course, as always, we want to know what you think. So please find us on the socials. Listen to us where you listen to podcasts. And next week, we will ask the age-old question, are you rushing or are you dragging? As we talk about I mean, just one of my favorite films ever. I think, one of the showcase best supporting wins in Academy Awards history. And we are talking about Damien Chazelle's Whiplash. Britt, I can't remember. You have seen this or you haven't? No.
This is a first time watch for me.
Oh, this is exciting. Oh
I
my
don't know
It's
God.
gotta be
why I
great.
never watched it. This is a movie I should enjoy. Also, I love J.K. Simmons, so obviously, but I just never got around to it. I guess too many horror movies to watch.
That's fair.
But I'm really excited about this one. Uh, I can't wait. I've been saving it since it got drafted so that I could watch it for the first
Ooh.
time for this episode.
Nice, nice. So yes, we will be. I'm sure we'll talk all things Chazelle. I'm sure La La Land will come back up. We'll probably maybe we'll do a little mini re-ranking of Chazelle's films when we get to the end of that episode.
Okay, but Joey and I both love La La Land so much. We
I
are
know, but
La La Land
you haven't
stans.
seen Whiplash. You haven't seen Whiplash.
I know, but La La Land has such
Just
a
saying.
good place in my heart. Like it makes me so happy.
Well, this will not make you happy, but you'll certainly enjoy it. But you know what? We'll discuss that then. But until then, I am Adam,
I am Brit.
And I continue to be Joey.
and we will see you for Whiplash.